Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Go Hawkland here. It's great to be back in the office. It's been a little bit unique since I wasn't in here too much since last March, but the last few weeks have really been good. It's actually quite nice to get back in a sense of normalcy, and so I think this is just another step in that process. The intent of this is just to kind of go through some of the basics about mitigation, safety plans, and starting to think about what it's going to be like getting back in the classroom for teachers this fall. Before we get there, I really want to say I'm excited to see you all again. This is going to be a great learning opportunity for all of us this fall. We're going to get better. We're going to chance to challenge our craft, but it's an opportunity to grow. And so that's the mind frame I'm walking into school year with, and I would encourage you all for the same. I also hope that you're just soaking up the last few good days of the summer. It's nice to have a summer break, and I'm sure many of you had a chance to connect with some loved ones and some family, friends, and whatnot. So just take the last few days and really enjoy it, because this next school year is going to be interesting. It's going to be best if we're better together as a family. And so I wanted just to give you a quick note about how we can move forward as a family. Speaking as itself, my family, we're doing well. It's been an interesting summer for sure. We've been busy. Either for me professionally dealing with COVID mitigations, or it could be a little bit of sportsmanship stuff. It's reminded me time and time again how we, in the times of challenge, leaning into our values is critical. For me, it's growth and respect. And I can't tell you how many times this summer I've had to check myself and saying, if I'm going to act this way, I need to act with growth and respect at the lead of things. So I'm really grateful for this, the learning we had together last year. It's impacted me a lot already this school year, and I'm sure it will for all of you as well. What proceeds here is my best attempt at the 5 top questions that Mr. Fox and I have been getting from staff about what's next year going to look like as a teacher. And so here are 5 things that we've tabbed. I'm going to do my best to answer those. Obviously, there's more, but here's 5 that can get things started. So number 1, what is instruction exactly going to look like, and what might I need to prepare for as we unroll this remote and on-site learning simultaneous thing? So what I would say is, yes, it will be 8 periods a day, and yes, it will be remote students accessing class at the same time as kids that are on-site. An analogy I'm going to steal from Mr. Fox is, he's been saying this for a while, we're going to have to think about teaching this year as doing it remotely, be it from 6 feet away or from 6 miles away. And in that line of thinking, we've been getting a lot of feedback from lead teachers and from instructional coaches. And we asked the question, what needs to be in place for every teacher? What's kind of the bare minimum or infrastructure each teacher's need to prepare for if they're going to do this sort of instruction? And there are basically 3 things. The first one is going to be each teacher is going to need a website for their classes. I know that sounds kind of simple, but yes, that's where a lot of your class content is going to be hubbed at. It's also, number 2, going to be where all your class links are going to be for connecting to classes live. So in other words, if I was a remote student, I could hit that link on that website and access your classroom because you are using your device to sync up the classes. So you're having your classes streamed live to your kids at home. And you very well could and maybe even should have those streamed live to the classroom kids there too, because they can work in partnership and collaboration. And the third thing on that site would be that they're going to have access to LinkedIn assignments into their Google Calendars. We learned last spring time and time again how helpful it was that students had access to knowing what was going on in classes when they used their Google Calendar, effectively. And we will work to those ends this fall as well. I can already say I know that our instructional coaches are planning many different professional learning opportunities for you. We'll spend a lot of time when we get back this summer, really starting next week, for learning opportunities and work time for all. So we will be okay, but that's where we're starting the conversation at. Number 2, will there be a schedule change? Yes. We were not looking at changing students' schedules because that's going to be an ever-evolving process. But we will have to change our class schedule and passing times slightly. We're going to add a fourth lunch this year, so we can get more kids down at that have mitigating spacing this year. You probably noticed as well, we are going to open campus to 10th graders. But all those things are going to shake out. It does mean a little bit different master schedule. We will share that out to staff next week when you return. Will students have access to lockers? Nope. One of the things that we're very fearful of is kids congregating in one area, getting very close together, and then that's obviously a spread of the virus. So we're going to ask that kids don't use lockers. That means they can use their backpacks to take to classrooms. That's something new for this year. We're going to have to get used to it, but for this year, we're going to give it a whirl. Number 4, will there be directional hallways? Yes. We'll run east-west here in the academic wing, and we're going to run a circular pattern around Bach down the other east end of the building. So we will have to get used to this. It's going to take us all a little bit of learning. We're going to require that of kids and staff during passing times, but not other times. That does mean for staff, you're not going to be obligated or asked to supervise hallways because kids will be going all one direction. It should be nice and smooth and easy. But we'll have to learn through that for sure. And then the 5th question is, when do I come back to work again, and what are we going to do here next week? So attached to this email is going to be a currently planned schedule from August 17th through the 20th for different PD, different learning chances, all the things going on in the district in those days. So please take a look at that schedule. We are certainly wanting to give you all enough time to work in your classrooms, get used to planning remotely, have some time with your colleagues in the departments so things are worked out amongst you all, and really just take some time together as a family. I really look at us as a family, and I want to give us an ample opportunity to reconnect, lean on each other, learn a little bit, and to recognize this is going to be a really new educational and professional and family experience for us this year. And we're going to need each other at our best to be at our best for our kids. And so let me just depart with these words. I am really looking forward to be back with everybody. It's not without some challenges, but I would not ever want to do this kind of experience without anybody else. And so with those words, I really wish you the best of the last few summer days. I look forward to seeing you all. Please connect with us in the office if you have any more questions. And I bid you all well. Take care.